Hello everyone, MFPallytime here. Welcome back to the A through Z playthrough. In today's video, we are playing Samuro, one of my favorite characters ever introduced into Heroes. As of right now, using last patch's information, because we did get a patch today, Rhaegar was finally nerfed. I don't think Samuro was changed at all, so it should be pretty similar. We have a 53.10% win rate, a popularity of 6.63%, and a ban rate of only 1.77%. To give you some perspective, his popularity puts him in the bottom 20 heroes as far as how often they're played and how much they're banned. So he's a little bit of an underdog in the Nexus these days. Samuro was heavily reworked on December 16th, 2019. They changed how his Illusion Master works quite a bit, and that was quite a bummer to me. I really enjoyed the old Samuro. They made it so Bladestorm, though, basically doesn't have a cooldown, so that is pretty fun to work around. And they kind of introduced an E build that is quite fun to play. That's what we're going to be playing in today's video. Before we get into the game, I want to leave you with this thought, though. These were the developer comments on the rework from back in 2019. Let this resonate in your brain while you're watching today's match. These changes are intended to limit Samuro's split pushing capabilities, particularly with Illusion Master, as well as increase his presence in team fights. I do think they were absolutely successful in that, but it goes on to say, a good Samuro player can be a bit of a pain to deal with, particularly when he's spending most of his time macroing and not engaging with the enemy team, except to swap to a faraway clone. There's a little bit more in there, but keep that in mind while you're watching today's gameplay. Do you think they were successful? You can let me know down in the comments. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves on the Braxis holdout today. I wasn't really hoping to play on a two-lane map with Samuro, but we can certainly make it work. The friendly team today, Samuro, Rhaegar, who was finally nerfed. He was finally nerfed. It was fucking 7 weeks. 7 weeks. They said they were a little over-ambitious. Yeah, you were. Dahaka, Jaina, Diablo, the enemy team, Lily, Artanis, Balaze, Illidan, and Chromie. We are going to be making our way down to the bottom lane to join our team, although Samuro could definitely be played in the off lane as well. And arguably, if we didn't have a Dahaka, I would take it, actually. We're a very strong off lane. We have several very interesting abilities that work together very well. Samuro is such a fun character once you really understand him. And with the build we're playing today, it also comes with a lot of an ability to escape confrontation as well as heal yourself. And in quick match, we know how valuable self-healing can be. Our passive gives us critical strikes whenever we do a certain number of auto attacks. You can see it filling up on our blade on the left side next to our name. I think it's 4 auto attacks and then we get a guaranteed crit. We can also give ourselves a guaranteed crit just by hitting our W ability. That has a 10-second cooldown. However, you don't want to ruin one crit to get another one for free, and that can be a little weird to get used to. Our Q ability is the mirror image, one of my favorite abilities in the entire game. It has so many crazy uses, and when you look at it initially, it's like, yeah, whatever. It makes clones and then they go fight stuff. But did you know that you can gap close over walls with your clones? Did you know that your clones go to where your cursor, or Samuro goes to where his cursor is placed and clones go behind him? So if you're being chased, you could use that to juke out enemies. You could drop clones on them or make them think you're a clone pretty easily just by standing still and auto attacking. There's also a very insanely good way to heal on Samuro, and now I have the perfect reason to show you. If we clone and then back, we can then queue up a teleport action with our trait. Look at my HP, 1000. We just got 900 HP instantly, and we're back in lane by swapping positions with our clone with a queued action. This character's fucking nuts, and 98% of people that play him don't play him anywhere near his full potential. Now, I will say that I did prefer Samuro of yesteryear, but with the E ability build, I do really enjoy this playstyle of Samuro as well. I really felt like old Illusion Master Samuro could carry games all day long and no one could stop him. But this is still pretty fun. Lily wants to chase us down. Let's let her. We have clones in just a moment. We can break line of sight and heal whenever we need to. Illidan continuing to push the top lane. Let's just try to channel on this objective. It looks like they're rotating down to me right now. As long as we don't give Lily any indication on which one is the real Samuro, we can keep this going for a while. We can fake out people constantly if we just try to mimic our movements the same as a bot. I'm going to Hearth, try to teleport back to my clone, but the clone might die. Oh, clone died. I'm staying. See if we can help with Illidan. Now, Illidan can avoid a lot of my damage that I'm dealing, but Lily is totally out of mana, and she cannot absorb any more damage. So make sure we stand on this and channel. While we're just standing here idly, I'm going to go into stealth with Windwalk and just regen that HP that I'm missing, re-grabbing that top objective for my team. Now, we are channeling the objective right now. Let's see if I can go down and help with the bottom lane. I assume Lily's going to relocate down there. While we're transitioning, we're jumping into this Windwalk form because we want that regen every second that we are on the map. Rhaegar taken down by Chromie just beneath us. I'm going to finish this channel and then figure out what we need to do. Totally dodging that stun just by dropping into our illusion, our mirror image thing. You can immunity, you know, Maev's trait that everyone thinks is really good. Oh, you could totally avoid damage all the time. Samuro could do that too. Along with everything else Samuro could do. Channeling on the objective right now. Almost level 7. Friendly team looking good. Illidan does retake that top objective though. So we just stealth and start to relocate back up there. Lily and company is taking bottom at the moment. So it is pretty important that we get this. At level 7, we're getting crushing blows. This increases our damage to single targets quite substantially. I used to be a firm believer that you had to go for the cleave on our crit to really up your ability to clear waves and get camps. But those days are behind us. Because with the changes to Illusion Master, to me, it's a lot less desirable. And Blade Storm used to have a significantly longer cooldown. Now we can just kind of Blade Storm whenever the fuck we want, honestly. So sometimes you'll see me, I didn't do it there, I was just about to. Sometimes you'll see me hard commit to a fight, show someone where the real Samuro is, and then use my trait to swap to a clone, like instantly. And the goal there is to make them think they're still chasing the real Samuro. But in reality, like Blaze here, I wasn't expecting him to stun into me. Wait, does he know I'm the real Samuro? But in reality, we can trick people into fighting a character that literally doesn't have any health to lose. I'm going to try the Hearth trick. We're at 400 HP right now. We're going to swap to a Samuro in lane. Boom, 1500 HP, 1000 HP in the blink of an eye, and we are back on the field ready to continue moving around. And we have our Windwalk that's about to be off cooldown that we can use to continue to heal. If Illidan gets back on this point, we will fight him. I'm charging in so he knows where the real Samuro is. I was expecting him to actually tussle a little bit. Every time I rotate up, we lose bottom. You should just stay bottom. That's a thing I should do. So our trait has a couple different parts. It has a passive part, which I believe increases our attack speed. Activating switch play. Basic attacks against an enemy increases Samuro's movement speed a little bit. We're going to, unfortunately, lose our Rhaegar there. Someone's really low in this. I could have swapped out to a clone to finish off Lily there. I just did not act in time. I'm going to jump over this wall. Ooh, actually, a little too thick. I want to try to make sure we hold top if we can. Dahaka's burrowing back up there right now. Needs to get back on objective right away. I'm rotating up to help as well. This is actually turning into a pretty close objective here. Illidan still continuing to push. Let's say hi. He dodges everything that we do. That kind of sucks. Now that he starts attacking a clone, we just swap to another one. And hopefully stop healing. Take Illidan down. Let's mount up and head back down to the bottom lane. We are going to have level 10 soon. The enemy team has it right now. Blade Storm is online. I'm going to swap back to this clone. Okay, gonna leave again. I think that might be enough to scare him. Maybe. Does he think that's the real me? I'm swapping back to it. Ah, he killed it. Fuck. If he blinds me, I can still Blade Storm for extra damage if we need to. In fact, now that he's running away. Oh, the HUD coming in from Illidan is going to interrupt my ultimate. Illidan's starting to deal some damage to me and to Haka here as well. Damage on Artanis. I don't think he's going to be able to get away. Illidan does know which one the real me is for now. Did he see the swap? No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He's still attacking the low health one. Hey, guys, my health is a little low here. Let's go ahead. Hearth back to the base. And by the time our Hearth is done, we can queue up our action to be right on... I didn't do it. We could have been right on top of that clone. Okay, since I messed up my teleport, let's just go down to the bottom lane. Blade Storm on a 25-second cooldown is basically a supercharged Sonya spin to win. We can jump right in and clear out the remainder of this Zerg wave really, really quickly. And there's basically no downside to doing that. It's on such a short cooldown that we could just use it to PvE constantly. And it's cleaving damage around to everything around it. The enemy team very heavily reinforced in the top lane right now. I'm going to continue to push bottom. I think we can get a lot of map control here. Was that the sand clone of Chromie shooting? Or is Chromie beneath us? Once this wall goes down, I'm just going to spin to clear the minions as well. This means we have 2 minion waves pushing in on the enemy team's defenses. Of course, Blaze is going to be able to slow that down quite a bit. I really wish we were playing on a 3-lane map. The micro that Samuro can do on wide open spaces, the amount of pressure he can add to an enemy team is just so crazy. And unfortunately, it's kind of hard to show that off when there is only 2 lanes. But since the camps are back up, I'm going to try to get this going for us. This is not a really great camp for me to clear because they shred armor. Artanis invading me as well. Going to need some help for this, but we'll just swap out. Is he going after the clones right now? He probably thinks that's the real me because we swapped in the brush. And I'm just going to go back to taking my camp now. If he's going to swap back in, we could go in stealth. Blade Storm. Ooh, Illidan. Clones. If they chase, we swap. Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, dude. Come on. Come on, man. This character's so fucking strong, man. Lily really low on the back line. Jaina doing a great job of taking care of that, though. We are going to Blade Storm on top of Blaze because he just used his stun. That means he has no way of stopping me. Critical strikes on his back, take him down, and we're going to continue to get more Windwalk talents. So level 13, our Windwalk is now able to teleport short distances, so we can clear walls like this that we weren't able to clear previously, although I kind of think that Mirror Image really can. Also, we could spawn clones here, teleport in, finish this off, and just be right out of there in a moment's notice. Didn't quite work out that way. I'm just saying that was an option. We could have sniped that building. I'm going to stand right on objective as it's coming up. Make sure we're getting this for the friendly team. After this, I think I'm going to dip to my left. We can try to Blade Storm this Merc camp down. I'm going to spawn clones inside of the camp because I want my clones tanking the majority of the damage from this caster. And now I'll try to figure out the rest of this on my own. There is this talent at level 7 that makes it so every time you deal a critical strike, it does AoE damage. That can be really, really helpful for taking down camps. But I find that a lot of times it's just better for me to focus my damage on a single target, especially in team fights. If I can get on the back line, it can be really, really strong. We're going to go stealth just so we are regenning like we have a regen globe the entire time we're rotating down to the bottom lane. This fight is continuing on the objective here. We're going to Blade Storm on our enemies, swap out to a clone at the top of the screen, and Illidan, unfortunately, was too close to that clone. I thought I had a way out there, but we did not have it. We were outnumbered in that fight anyway, so going in there was a little bit optimistic for me. Is Dahaka going to be able to get away? Illidan trying to make it not happen, taking a ton of tower damage at the same time. Illidan being forced back all the way to our base at the moment, but is it just a juke? There you go, Maddie. He's dodging, though. You got it, Maddie? I'm so zoomed in on this. Come on, Maddie. Get him done. Get it done, Maddie. Come on. Oh, no. Good try. Good try. The enemy team is gathering the objective right now. We need to get on this right away. Chromie's in the top lane, so we know that there can only be 3 members of the enemy team here, so we can move in super duper confidently and quickly, jumping right over that wall to engage here initially. There are 2 options from this point in the game as far as I'm concerned for a really competitive Samuro build. You could go harsh winds, and then this gives you more damage when you come out of stealth, and I think this might be what I do. Or you could do press the attack, where you get sustained attack speed increases for really sitting down and trading with heroes. Not a bad idea at all. Chromie forced to retreat here. We're just going to follow her into the base a little bit, not really committing to this too hard at all. And we'll just dip out into stealth. Illidan re-emerging in this fight. We blade storm onto the enemy team's Lily, taking her down, following that up onto our Tannis, who we take down, and Illidan walked into the wrong neighborhood there. Rather than defending, I'm going to swoop down to the bottom lane. We know only Blaze and Chromie are alive right now. Chromie's ability to clear lane's pretty abysmal, so we're probably only going to be fighting Blaze here. If I can make him think it's me in the back, which I may have just done, we should be able to get in here and shred like crazy. Diablo coming down for the assist, and we get it. Beautiful. If Chromie had the temporal loop, that could be a real threat, but we would just answer that by when the temporal loop's about to drag me in to kill me. We're gonna blade storm here because Diablo has aggro right on top of Chromie. Beautiful. Hit this building as hard as I can. I'm gonna go this way. It's gonna be weird for a second. Hold on. And we're out. And now I think I want to keep going, so let's Hearth, and we will swap to this clone as soon as we can to continue the fight with our team down here. Pushing back into the base now. Lily, the lone defender, being joined by Blaze now. Big damage on Blaze. Gonna blade storm on top of this as well because he already used his stun. Critical strikes into his back, and we can swap aggro from the core just by swapping positions with one of our clones. However, my health is getting kind of low here. Good damage from Diablo onto Blaze should be enough to take him down. That's gonna be it. I was hoping I'd be able to do a little bit more, but that's how you play Samuro. Like I said, I wish we were on a 3-lane map because the amount of pressure he can apply to an enemy team is insane, especially on a map like Blackheart's Bay. You can blade storm, clear top, then immediately teleport over the walls to middle lane, clear that with your clones, then go back to top and blade storm it again. It is so much pressure. But I hope you saw some of the playmaking potential that this character has. He is very, very near and dear to my heart. And I was really looking forward to this episode. I was really looking forward to playing Samuro again. Like I said, I really felt like you could totally carry games on your back in the day with the old Illusion Master, but the hit and run tactics that this build brings to the table is super duper fun as well. We managed to do 46,000 hero damage, which is a little on the low side, but I wasn't really involved in fights that often, to be fair. We went for Way of the Wind, One with the Wind, Crushing Blows, Blade Storm, Shikuchi? That didn't come out naturally at all. And Harsh Winds. That's going to do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to hit the thumbs up button, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.